right, so thanks for joining us today. My name is Chelsea. I'm a physical therapist assistant here at Centerpoint Medical Center. And today we will be talking to Dr. John Eggers about some of the most frequently asked questions from patients considering joint replacement surgery. So, what exactly is a knee replacement surgery?
It's an excellent question. I've heard answers from patients when I ask them what they think it is across the spectrum. That is, I feel people will be enlightened with this. So, what a knee replacement is depending upon if it's a complete knee replacement. Now, a partial knee replacement, you only have half of this. So you keep the majority of the bone, both on the femur and the tibia, femur being the thigh bone. Now, in a complete knee replacement, you remove the cartilage and arthritis, which is the only way to actually cure arthritis, and you place a cap on the top of that. On the tibia side, similarly so, you remove the arthritis there. Then, in between, you'll put a fancy piece of plastic, highly cross-linked polyethylene, at least for those using newer age components, that improves your overall wear rate to improve the longevity of a knee replacement. Now, there's additionally on the back of the kneecap, which you can't see here, but if this were our kneecap or patella, on the back side will be a piece of plastic, so that way you don't have any arthritis remaining from under the kneecap either. Now, it looks very simple, bend, straight. What could be complex about a knee replacement? Well, I will tell you, the knee is one of the most complex joints in the body. Here's the reason why. It's a hinge joint. As it bends back, it also translates posteriorly, meaning towards the back. There's also a rotational moment to it as well. It is controlled in its stability from side to side via your MCL and LCL, which are the ligaments on the side. Additionally, there's a PCL that's retained along the back that's there also. Additionally, there are multiple other ligaments within the capsular structures along with additional muscles such as the IET band crossing the knee. Reason being is that with smart robotics, it takes knee replacement to the next level. And you say, well, how can that be? Because before I ever make a cut with a knee replacement, because you need to mold the knee to the components, I have a method that's been developed that allows you to balance the knee. And what is balancing the knee? It means it has equal stability side to side straight and also from front to back with the knee bent.
What are some alternatives to the traditional knee replacement surgery?
Knee treatment, the goal of everything that we do is for alleviation of pain and return to overall normal function to get people back to where they want to be. Some of these things can include something as simple as activity modifications, sometimes utilization of ambulatory aids. Often physical therapy provides a great relief of many people's ailments surrounding the knee. Sometimes we expand it into certain medications, from topical creams to oral medications. Then beyond that, we have the option for possible intra-articular injections and things of that nature if you're an appropriate candidate. I will say one of the most exciting things, though, that we've developed as an alternative to traditional knee replacement, which I think we all know, having seen mom or grandma and the pain they endured thereafter, is that we've really been able to harness technology, providing us the ability for better, more accurate, and less painful surgery. And some of this includes smart robotic assisted surgery.
What are the benefits to robotics assisted surgery?
Some of the things about the smart robotic assisted surgery is the accuracy and the reproduction of continued exact alignment without relying upon external jigs and things of that nature that have so much error built into them. Beyond that, when you have a system like this, you have the ability for partial knee replacements. So you don't have to possibly have a full knee replacement, which as I'm sure as you can readily figure out, it means you maintain more of your own ligaments, your own structures, and much less invasive overall in order to get your pain improving with a quicker recovery, with less complications and less morbidity. On top of that, let's say that you do end up having a knee that requires a full knee replacement. Well, the beautiful thing behind this is that there's so much less involved. We have some wonderful studies out there that when you use a smart robotics platform, one that's designed for balancing knees, because one of the most important things in a knee replacement is balance, you don't have to have as much invasiveness into your cuts, into the surgery, into the invasion of the overall bone. And by doing so, they've actually shown in some very good studies less pain, less hospital length of stay, improved recovery, improved function, and quicker return to activity.
What are the major risks of knee replacement surgery?
Well, that's a great question. Uh, the risks of surgery, of course, anywhere, there's risks associated with any surgery. There's risks without surgery, too. Some of the times when I talk to people and they're saying, well, is it time for me to have surgery? And I'll tell them, when your pain is no longer controlled and it's affecting your quality of life, that's one of those instances. But a risk of not having surgery is you might know somebody with arthritis where they start to have falls. And falls are extremely dangerous. So I think there are risks to surgery, but at times there are risks to avoiding surgery simply because of the concern that might be associated with them. Risks of surgery with a knee replacement are very similar to those that you find with any other surgery. The risks include the possibility for damage to the tendons, the nerves, the blood vessels, the tissue. These are all highly infrequent. The most common things that you'll see from a knee replacement, though, is you'll see some swelling around the knee. Another thing that you'll find in anybody that has an incision in the front part of their knee is that they'll have some numbness over the outside of it. Sometimes one of the bigger complaints you hear from people after a knee replacement early on is, it's just not my knee. Well, that's true. It's not your knee. But you also hear them quickly say thereafter, it sure hurts a lot less than my original knee.
So after surgery, how quickly can I get back to my daily activities?
That's an excellent question. And that varies for everybody, and it depends upon what your daily activities are. What I tell most everyone is I usually expect people to be on a walker for 1 to 2 weeks and a cane for 1 to 2 weeks after that. Then you have slowly increased overall function, movement. I'll tell you the spectrum varies widely between different people and how quickly they recover. Sometimes you'll have people at 3 weeks who are flying around and you couldn't even tell that they had a knee replacement done. At other times, they'll take a little bit longer, and it might be 2 or 3 months, and they'll still have some aches here and there, but they'll be back to their function. What I can tell you, though, is that over and over, from my own anecdotal experiences, and additionally from all of our literature from the larger studies put together, we know that with smart robotics, you have a quicker recovery to your overall function, and by 90 days, your overall function and quality of activity, meaning getting closer back to doing what your now normal activities are much better with a smart robotic system assisting during the surgical process.
That's awesome. What are some of the additional precautions that we are taking related to COVID-19?
Additionally, so of course, we're doing all of the other precautions, screening all people coming into the hospital, limiting the number of visitors, limiting the hours present, making sure that all employees have been vaccinated, which is an excellent thing that we've been able to do to reduce risk of transmission from hospital care workers to patients. So all of these together have really minimized what you call contact interactions or hospital-acquired COVID cases, secondary to the extensive protective nature going on here, trying to really care for people all the way around.
Thanks for learning more about robotics-assisted surgery options. To see if you're a candidate for this surgery, please speak with your primary care provider.